शेरावाली का हाथ है मुझ पर। चाहे सैकड़ों दुश्मन आ जाए जमीन पर, एक एक को जिंदा गाड़ देगा ये हिम्मत वाला यहीं पर।
जय कांची रे आली रे आली तुझी बारी आली।
Hello and welcome to this special show with Ajay Devgn. I've known Ajay for about 15 years now. Since Ajay's father is a popular stunt choreographer, it was kind of obvious that Ajay will do a lot of action scenes. His entry in Bollywood on those two bikes in Phool or Kate has become a cult entry in film. Hi Ajay, welcome to Headlines today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Ajay, 20 years and over 100 films. How does it feel?
It's just gone by.
Like a flash?
Yeah, it's like a flash. I mean, you think about some incident and you say, oh God, that was 15 years back, or 20 years back. So life passes by. I guess when everything's fine and going well, time really flies. It's when you're in trouble or somewhere where you feel that everything's got stagnant and time does not pass.
Do you by any chance remember your first shot?
Yes, kind of.
What was it?
I don't exactly remember my first shot, but I do remember my first sequence and first location, and
what was it like?
It was the bathroom fight we did in Phool or Kate. So that was my first day's work.
मैं क्या चीज हूँ सुनेगा? अगर तेरे पास जागीर है, तो मेरे पास जिगर है।
Ajay won 2 national awards and obviously has evolved as an actor. After action films, he moved on to some intense roles like Zakham, Legend of Bhagat Singh, and even Ram Gopal Varma's Company for that matter. Post that, obviously, Ajay tried his hands at comedy and did the popular Golmaal series, which made all of us laugh. Ajay talks about his long journey in Bollywood that's gone through his eyes like a flash. Personally, what does Ajay enjoy?
Personally, an actor never enjoys a genre. Personally, an actor enjoys his job is to act. And when you go out there and you're doing a scene or you're performing, you're not thinking what genre you're doing. You're just doing performance. And at that point of time, you are that character. That could be emotional, that could be dramatic, that could be angry, that could be, comedy, whatever.
Hey! 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 Hey!
The race में बोर हो गया.
B. Is it something that you don't enjoy? Say like dancing or something?
I like dancing, yes.
We thought since Ajay Devgn took a lot of effort and shook a leg for the remake of Jitendra's classic movie Himmatwala, we must get him talking about the uncomfortable dance moves. And then we go to Jitendra, the original Himmatwala, to talk about it.
It's not just because I have to speak like this, but this is what I genuinely feel. Sajid is a brilliant director, and Ajay is a great star and a fabulous actor. I'm a big fan of his, and they both, I've seen little glimpses of the dance movements, and the new girl is fabulous, Ajay is fabulous, and Sajid, I'm sure, going to do a great job.
But I'm okay with it. I think I make a very big issue out of it also unnecessarily, because then when I have to do it, and I do it.
Yeah.
Maybe not that gracefully, but yeah, I can manage.
You have done it gracefully. Let's take a look at some shots from Himmatwala and let's see if Ajay has matched up to Jitu ji. Ajay doesn't belong to any camp in Bollywood, and let me tell you, that's quite unusual. He keeps to himself most of the time, is a complete no-nonsense fellow and a family guy for that matter. he has a select group of guy friends who call this prankster Yaro Ka Yaar. Ajay, this morning I read in the papers that there were three gangs in Juhu. Is that right that Ajay had a gang of boys?
Not really. I think Sajid put it that way. We were a group. We were a group of friends, and touch wood, I'm very happy that all of us, 7, 8 of us, are very, very successful in their respective fields and doing very well. Where everybody in our around us thought that we're going to be failures in life. So I'm very happy for that, A for one. And yeah, so this was one group, and then there was a senior group which was in that area where Bindu and all these guys, and they had their own works, and it was like
Schoolboy.
yeah, and then there was a younger lot. So there were groups, but we were all friends, and we all were together. But us 7, 8 of us were always together.
Okay. I asked Ajit just now. He said that Ajay was the brat and he was the one who had a car. He was the
just
one who
spoiling my
had the foolish
reputation.
shades.
He's just spoiling my reputation.
You can't say no because I've witnessed that you do a lot of pranks on the sets. So
I would say I used to, and I would say I still do also. It's not pranks. I won't call them pranks. It's just having a little fun, when you're out on an outdoor for something about 60 days, 50 days away from your family. You have to work with each other. Life, it gets really boring and tedious. Work gets very boring. And when you keep having fun, like Sajid, there's a lot of fun on the set. So you don't even realize when the work has gotten over, and the day's over, and the days are over, and the weeks are over, and you're back home.
okay, back home then. Tell me, what does Ajay do for a break? Suppose it's a holiday. What would you and
It
your
depends.
wife
If
and
it
your
is
kids watch
a
on TV?
holiday, like a Sunday, usually when I take off, I spend time with my children, whatever they want to do. I sometimes
Do you watch your movies? Do they watch your movies?
They watch my movies, but not with me. When I'm around, then they're watching something which we all want to watch, or be out somewhere, or just generally what the kids do, like a normal family would do.
Okay, great. Ajay, you are on Twitter. How do you use social media? You think it's something that can be used and misused?
I am on Twitter in a very basic manner. I mean, you will not see me tweeting every 10 minutes, or it's just days and a few days, whatever I want to say, or whatever I feel is important, I say. But that's how I use social media.
Is there a flip side to that?
People keep saying that because it's an open platform, you get a lot of negative response. But touch wood, luckily, that's never happened to me.
What's your take on sequels?
Sequels.
Yeah.
Sequels need a good script. You just, for the sake of sequel, because your first film was a hit, you make a sequel, does not work. If we really believed in sequels completely, we would be doing a Golmaal 4, or we've not found a script for a Golmaal 4. So we don't want to just do for the sake of it. We've just found a good script for Singham 2. So we're planning Singham 2. Sequels, they just help because the first one the brand is made, so you don't have to work as much on explaining to people what kind of film this is, and they know what to expect. But provided you have the right script, which will justify the sequel, and which will justify the audiences watching a sequel, that they should get excited. They should watch the film and say, okay, this sequel deserves to be made.
So what is Himmat Wala? When Sajid came to you, what was it that you thought it would be?
Himmat Wala is Himmat Wala. Himmat Wala is, I think it's one of his favorite films, and he must have seen it 400 times by now.
रवि बनेगा नया सरपंच और आके मारेगा आपके सर पे पंच।
आज तक शेर सिंह ने जगह जगह बिजली के खंभे लगवाए, लेकिन बिजली नहीं दी।
ये बात तो सच है। अपने गिरधारी की बीवी बिजली भी कहा उसको वापस
In college also he always kept speaking about Himmat Wala, but Himmat Wala is a very entertaining film. I think it's the biggest hit of '83, and it's got the typical all kind of masala, from action, drama, romance, comedy to everything. And then when he came and told me about Himmat Wala, I said, I like the idea as long as you rework and adapt it. and he came back in 2 months with a brand new script, which was no more like Himmat Wala, but had the base of Himmat Wala.
जिस घर का ताला मैंने तोड़ा था, उसके सारे कागजात मुझे चाहिए 2 दिन में।
2 दिन में क्यों?
क्योंकि तीसरा तुम लोगों का चौथा होगा।
Yeah, Ajay, you're one actor who really doesn't get affected by reviews. I met all kinds of critics, and they say, we have liked his films and some we have not liked. But next morning when they meet you, you are the same warm person. How do you manage that?
For one, I hardly read any reviews.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, no. Apart from that, also, I think it's the job to criticize, and they take it a little too seriously. I think literally they take critics be critical about. See, our job is to entertain the audiences, to make them happy, and they should come out of the cinema saying that okay, it's worth the money spent. And so we are going to make films for people who will go to the theaters, not for a few critics and not make money at all.
लाइसेंस वाले गबरू मन में है मत वाले ओरिजिनल जिंदा दिल वाले पर पार्टी को तैयार दिल पटियाला वार वार है रौनक महफिल की And now you're working with Sajid, who has strong opinion on critics. So, was there any point when you all discussed?
I think we both are similar on this. We both really didn't care about what critics would say about a film. And films like Himmat Wala or Singham or Golmaals, reviews really don't matter.
Your actress this time, she's really famous down south. She was at one point called the Queen of Telugu cinema. She's not completely new.
I think it was Sajid's idea that he wanted a girl who's a star down south and a new girl here, which in the original was also, I think it was Sridevi's first film. So I think that was his intention, and he told me that he's seen some work or he knows Tamanna, who's a very big star, and I said, okay, go with your conviction, and I just met her on the first day of when we were doing this photo shoot.
Ajay, there's 100 crore mark has turned out to be a monster for everyone.
You don't even really enjoy your success. You can't be arm twisted and said, I'm not going to give you this if you don't do this.
I also hear you'll be hosting a TV show, is that right? Ajay Devgn is the only man in Bollywood who stood against the system of blocking cinema halls in advance, which most of the influential producers do. He took on none other than the most influential of them all, Yash Raj Films. The case is on, so Ajay didn't want to talk about it, but obviously I got him talking about the issue at large. Your last film, Son of Sardar, did fairly well. Were you eventually happy with the box office numbers with whatever happened at that time? Eventually, were you satisfied?
Of course, and that gave me a lot of confidence that if with this many theaters, if I can reach this mark, then there is the audiences have really liked your film and are with you. Otherwise, it's very difficult to do something like this. It was not a very big release, and we still touched 105, 106. So that was fabulous.
कभी कभी मेरे दिल में सवाल आता है कि अगर दुनिया में सरदार न होते तो क्या होता। सॉरी यार, दुनिया बेकार बिना सन ऑफ सरदार।
एवरीबॉडी इज पोलिटिकली करेक्ट, लेकिन आई थिंक सच बोलने में कोई गलत बात नहीं है। जब फिल्म रिलीज हुई तो मैंने जब कहा था कि जो मैंने केस किया है वो किसी एक इंडिविजुअल पे नहीं है, वो एक सिस्टम पे है, और वो सिस्टम के लिए मैं लड़ूंगा जरूर, चाहे मेरी फिल्म रिलीज हो गई है, लेकिन आगे मैं वो लड़ता रहूंगा उससे।
Do you think the concept of blocking cinema halls, you think, at some point, if
I was reading about that this morning again. That's why you asked me this question.
No, I didn't read that.
Yeah. So, see, it has to be fair, and that's why I'm not allowed to talk about it also, because still, I mean, we are filed into CCI, and so till the case goes on. But yes, I think every exhibitor has the right to decide which film he wants to release. I mean, you can't be arm-twisted and said, I'm not going to give you this if you don't do this.
Okay.
That's not fair trade.
Right. Will you not, suppose you have some handful of small releases and you know some people, would you not prefer having more shows?
I would prefer, but arm twisting is a different thing. I would ask them to. See, that is why there is a Competition Commission of India. Right. That has to be fair trade. It's like if you're selling, your soap is selling a lot, and you want your something else to sell with it, and you say, I'm not going to give you the soap unless you sell this also with it. So that's not right. That's why the Competition Commission is there. Otherwise, we don't need a Competition Commission in our country.
Ajay, there's the 100 crore mark has turned out to be a monster for everyone. You think it's a monster? You think the pressure
It
now?
is a monster.
It is a monster.
And it puts pressure on you. You don't even really enjoy your success because of this 100 crore market. People expect that you have to touch that, and when you come to know on a Friday that your film is opened very well, Saturday is done very well, Sunday is done very well, the whole week is done very well, then you are still not enjoying or celebrating. Your film is already a hit, but you're waiting, when will it touch 100? How does it make a difference if it's 99?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just become a mindset, I guess. And business is growing, so I think after a point, 100 crore mark will also
become
seem small.
200 and 300.
ये गांव मेरा है और मैं इस गांव का जयकान चिकरे।
Would you get affected if it reaches 97, 98 and stops?
Honestly speaking, everybody does then now. Because then why did it stop there? It's that way.
Fair enough, Ajay. I also hear you'll be hosting a TV show. Is that right? Will we see you on the small screen?
Nothing has been
And you also said that there won't be a Golmaal.
As for now, we don't have a script. Tomorrow, if we get a script, yes, it'll be.
Ajay, always fun talking to you. Best of luck, and hope Himmatwala crosses the monster mark of 100 crore. Best of luck. Thanks, Ajay. After the interview was over, Ajay Devgn was relieved. He doesn't like giving too many interviews. He and his good friend Sajid Khan told me that I should watch Himmatwala not at the media screening, but with the public at a cinema hall like Gate Galaxy in Mumbai. I will try and do that, but let's wait and watch if this movie touches the monster mark of 100 crores.